What can I do for you?
Hello again and welcome back to Storm Talk. Today we're looking at Muradin, Mountain King. You may take a couple of seconds to read through his backstory. We'll look at his character model. Got his hammer, his axe, and his spear. His trait is Second Wind. You regenerate health when not taking damage. I'll be honest, that's amazing. He really is like a great tank because of that. Storm Bolt. Throwing a hammer, you throw a hammer, stunning and damaging the first enemy hits. Thunderclap, slow and damage nearby enemies, and Dwarf Toss. Leap into an area, dealing damage to nearby enemies. His heroic abilities are Avatar, gain health and your basic attacks now stun enemies, and Haymaker. Deals heavy damage and knocks the target back. This is his Mountain King and variations. Master Skin and variations. His Magni Skin. And Candy King. We're going to go with Candy Kings because hitting people with sticky lollipops is fun. I don't know. Don't ask me questions. I have no clue what I'm doing.
Choose a talent.
Okay. Before we look at any talents, we're going to go over here and look at abilities. So, as you can see, level 1, he regenerates 10 health per second when you have not taken damage for 4 seconds. When below 30%, the health is increased to 31 health per second. Now, let's take a little bit of damage here. So as you can see, I'm healing 10 here as a physical heal. It shows in my stats. It doesn't show on my character sheet. Yeah. That's one thing I noticed that was weird. I kind of thought it would show up in the character sheet, but it doesn't. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, continuing, we have Storm Bolt, skill shot. You throw a hammer, it's made of lightning, it stuns people, it deals damage. Thunderclap, pretty much how it sounds, and Haymaker, which you've already seen, where you just jump. Oh, sorry, Dwarf Toss. Haymaker's the ultimate ability. I apologize for that. So, let's go ahead and look at his stats. He starts with 1040 HP, 2.17 regeneration. Don't forget to passively add that 10. His mana is 500 with 3 regeneration. An attack range of 1 of the lowest attack ranges in the game, I believe. Attack damage is 42, sorry. He has a 1.11 attack speed. Go ahead and level him up.
Choose a talent.
At level 30, he has 8,000 health with 16.67 regeneration, plus an 80% passive regeneration that becomes 240 when below 30%. He has 790 mana with a 5.83 regeneration. All other stats are the same, but he now has 274 damage. Storm Bolt deals 340, Thunderclap deals 290, and Dwarf Toss deals 180, all at level 30.
Right on.
Okay, moving into his talents. You have the general talent block. You also have Infused Hammer. Stormbolt will refund 45 mana for each enemy it hits. Do remember, at first Stormbolt hits one target. Costs 60, returns 45. Or Perfect Storm. Stormbolt's damage increased by 5 for each enemy hero hit. That's a permanent increase. You'll take Perfect Storm. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're gonna take Perfect Storm every time. And River Brethren. Yeah. Reverberation? Reverberation. Reverb and vibration. One word. I can't pronounce it. Not my fault. Enemies hit by Thunderclap have their attack speed reduced by 33% for 3.5 seconds. Apparently, I forgot how to learn English. We're going to take Infused Hammer because it's early available. Okay. Skullcracker at level 4. Every third basic attack against the same target will stun them for a quarter of a second. This is great against enemy heroes. It's worthless against just about everything else. Third Wind increases second wind's health regeneration rate and raises the health threshold to 40% for the improved regeneration. I'm not going to kid. I take this every single time. You also have Sledgehammer. Stormbolt will now deal 400 damage to minions and structures, and it will destroy 4 ammo if it hits a tower or keep. This is a great talent. It's not as good as Third Wind. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not as good as Third Wind. If you have a healer, you might take Sledgehammer, but you're probably just going to take it. Like, Third Wind is amazing. Crowd Control. For each enemy hit by Thunderclap, it reduces its cooldown by 0.75 seconds. It has an 8-second cooldown. Hitting 10 enemies will pretty much give you a full cooldown on it, half a second, give or take. The problem with that is minion waves contain 3 melee minions, 1 mage minion, 3 ranged minions. So in order to hit 10, you'd have to have like the entire team there, or say a knight's camp. Not something you really want. It's nice, but... And then Thunderburn. Thunderclap leaves a zone on the ground that explodes after 2 seconds, dealing 145 damage and applying a 25% slug. Not a bad ability. It can allow you to kind of ward off an area. It's really good on maps that you claim things on, such as Dragonshire or Buccaneer Bay. But let's be honest, the regeneration is better. Yeah, increases regeneration rate to 120 health per second and 400 health per second if you're below level 40 or 40%. Why would you not take that? Okay, at level 7 we have Piercing Bolt. Stormbolt penetrates through hitting 1 additional target. Remember, we took that it refunds 45 mana. Now it will refund 90. More mana than it costs to cast. Landing momentum. Landing from Dwarf Toss will give you a 20% speed boost for 2 seconds. Battle momentum is a general talent. Follow through. After using an ability, your next basic attack will deal additional damage. This is a variation on a general talent. We're going with Piercing Bolt. Note, if you take Perfect Storm or Infused Hammer, Piercing Bolt stacks with both of them. We're going to take Avatar, transform for 20 seconds, gaining 275 hit or health. Yeah. You turn chocolate in this form. As you can see, you now have new talent or new abilities. Yeah, you have new health. There's no way to get out of this form when you enter it, so... But at the same time, there are no flaws. You can use all your abilities still. At level 13, you get Burning Rage. Deals 70 damage per second around you. General talent. Killing Static. Heals you for 1.5% of your maximum health for each target you hit. Not a bad ability, honestly. Thunderstrike. Thunderclap deals 300 damage if only one target is hit. Sorry, 300%. It deals 300 damage basically, meaning that will deal 900 damage to one target. Thing is, that's a nice AoE. You should probably use those in AoE. He also has the Spell Shield and the Rewind general talents. So, we're going to take Healing Static.
Choose a talent.
Now, continuing on, we now have Dwarf Launch. Increase the range and impact radius of Dwarf Toss by 75%. This is what it is now. Think what it gets bigger. Heavy Impact. Enemies hit by Dwarf Toss are stunned for almost a second. The general talents Executioner Imposed. And Stone Form. Activate to heal 40% of your maximum health over 8 seconds. Second Wind is disabled during this time. This isn't a bad ability. I don't use it that often. It is 5% of your health instantly. And if you're not taking, if you kind of use that as your buff, you kind of come out pretty good. But honestly, I like Dwarf Launch.
Choose a talent.
And why is because look how big I can throw now. He has the Resurgence of Storm and Fury of Storm general talents. He also gets Unstoppable Force. Increases the duration of Avatar by 30%, and the duration of disabilities is reduced by 70% while in Avatar form. So, let's go ahead and demonstrate this in combat. Remember, we took Piercing Bolts, and it refunds its own mana cost. We have Healing Thunderclap, Dwarf Toss, and Avatar. So, we Dwarf Toss in, not bad. Keep ourselves up a little bit. And I can also go Giant Avatar form. Dwarf Toss over to this building. One thing, you can use Piercing Bolt on buildings, which you did see previously. One of them basically allowing you to, like, use it super effectively against buildings. In fact, if we would have taken that Sledgehammer, piercing through, we could take out an entire building line. Well, that was a badly timed thunderclap. And just jump out of there. We'll turn off minions. So we get rid of... Okay, and as you can see, my buff pops up, and I start healing. I also have a little bit of regrowth on me. Yeah, like, you start healing so well. Yeah. Let's go ahead and reset this and try again.
Let's crack some skulls.
This time, we don't really have the time. Perfect Storm is a great ability. I'm not even going to lie. Perfect Storm is better than Infused Hammer in my opinion.
Choose a talent.
The problem is we're not really in a situation where I can spend the next 20 minutes spamming it and hitting somebody hitting one or two people once every 10 seconds to get it up so that I can literally one-shot a Nexus with it. So, let's continue going with Infused Hammer.
Choose a talent.
Let's take Sledgehammer, just for the fun of it. We're going to take Piercing Bolt. We're going to take Haymaker. Deal 900 damage and knock back knock a target back. Hitting enemies this way will deal 225 damage and knock them aside. So basically, you baseball bat somebody, and if he hits an ally, it also does damage to them. Not a bad idea. Huh. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take Burning Damage, Rage, and let's take Stone Form just so we can kind of demonstrate it a little bit. Grand Slam, damage to Haymaker is increased by 25%, and you can store 2 charges. So, first off, let's kind of demonstrate how Stormbolt works against buildings. Yep, that just happened. Just kind of get up behind here. Now, of course, this is at level 20, but I can basically one-shot walls. Okay, and activate second, or go ahead and activate Stone Form. Take a couple of punches in the face. And as you can see, Second Wind still works while Stone Form's on cooldown. It's just not able to activate while Stone Form is active. Okay. Let's go ahead and clear cooldowns and toggle minions up. 2 ammo's not a big deal. Okay, so we took a lot of damage and we have Grand Slam. So, go ahead and Dwarf Toss in, and boom! Oh, that was a bad one. So, let's go ahead and Dwarf Toss in, and boom. He's now stuck in the middle of our base. Now, he's doing a lot of damage, but he can't get out those walls. He has no, like, he literally had no chance. I walk over. And, as you notice, Haymaker only has a 50-second cooldown. So if you're not fighting, you're charging it. It's a nice ability. Get up next to him and boom, throw him into his own base because I can. Muradin's extremely strong, as you can see. He works as a great demolitionist. He kind of has a few problems when it comes to actually fighting, as you can see. Although, he's not exactly lacking in the skill. He can take a fight. But, as I was demonstrating earlier, actually, let's go ahead and reset all that. A good double Haymaker
That's more like it.
can completely devastate an enemy. You can manage the Haymaker twice on the same target. You could literally take an enemy assassin or support, remove them from the fight. Even if it doesn't kill them, you literally just took this guy out of the fight. And they're not coming back, ever. Well, they might come back later, but they're not coming back safe. You get behind them, you throw them through your team then spends the next 5-10 seconds making their life miserable. Also, with this ability, or with Stone Form ability, sieging, not even a problem. I mean, you're gaining 40% health over 8 seconds. You can out-heal just about anything at higher levels. Especially if you have a support. Anyway, this was my Storm talk over Muradin. I hope it was enjoyable and informative to everyone. Any questions, don't be afraid to drop them in the comment section, and have a nice day.